hit that bell, and I appreciate you always for watching. All right, subscribers, y'all know I had to go in on this one because this reminded me of Trayvon Martin, and I was like, you know what? I need to try to figure out what this means, and I can't go to the light and figure out what it means. I'm gonna have to look into what these dark folks think it means. So what am I saying about that? Sometimes in order to figure out what folks who are on low frequency trying to tell you, you got to go to what they believe. And so I'm going to deal with the Hanged Man. Even though this guy was not upside down, he definitely looks like the Hangman. Okay, so this post person says, it's no surprise the 33rd Olympic game in Paris closed with a ceremony dedicated to the rebirth of Lucifer. Now, you know, the one that the Pope and the bishops sing to, and anybody else that comes underneath the Pope and the bishops, you know, all these ministers around the United States of America. I'm going to call you out because that's exactly what a lot of these mega churches and a lot of these churches that's for the rainbow plus, a lot of them are serving Lucifer as well. The light bearer of enlightenment. Now, who's the light bearer? He's the one that's over the lodge as well. He's the one over the Jesuits as well. Must I go any further? I'm sure he's over the CIA. Good morning, guys. I hope you have your coffee and your donuts this morning. If your channel isn't blowing up and they have millions of subscribers and you're being harassed, well, they don't harass as they should harass because it doesn't move me. That's why I speak to them in the morning time. All right, so the show started with the golden vulture descending from the sky like Lucifer falling from heaven, leg bent and positioned like, it actually looks like the scarecrow on Easy on Down the Road. This player, the way Michael Jackson was hanging, actually. So a lot of these shows are absolutely talking about the Matrix, absolutely talking about this dream that we are living in that we don't think is a dream, but it actually is a dream because it's a game. Just like, what's the movie called? I don't watch many movies, but this one was The Hunger Game. And in that game, there's a table. I'm going to do a video on it. It's on my phone still. There's a table, and on that table, they are navigating the people's lives that's in the game. But in order for them to navigate or pull them into a metaverse, they had to give them a chip. And they inserted the chip in their right arm. Not the hand, but the arm, because the hand and the arm work together. It represents the labor of a person, the life of a person, the efforts of a person, the living, moving, and being of a person, okay? And nowhere in the show they put it in their forehead because that would represent the mind being influenced, okay? That third eye being influenced by technology, which some folks already dealing with that now. But let's go into the meaning. Now, if you're my subscriber, you already know while I'm running my mouth talking and telling you what I'm picking up from this game. And what do I mean picking up? Discerning. It's called discernment. And if you're not of any kind of faith, that's why I say picking up. If you're not of any kind of groupthink, it's just what you know when you see something because of what you know. You know something in your mind, but you're also supposed to know things conscious-wise. You're supposed to be an aware, eternal being. You're not just some player in the game. You're supposed to be, as they say, having the mind of Christ, but not of a person, just the mind of Christ, meaning you are not an anti-Christ. You are a Christ mind, meaning you are a mind that sees through the game. You have eyes that can see and ears that can hear from the inside out. Nothing you'll ever receive in life will come from the outside. Nothing you'll ever hear in life that will benefit you comes from the outside. Everything comes from within. Everything. Because we are one, there is no one to look up to. Now, these people, they looking up to Lucifer. But see, this is the trick. The trick is while you're in the game to look up to someone, and while you're looking up and they're illuminating and they're being exalted, you're missing the point of why are you in this game called life. Now, these people are trying to move people into subconsciously, visually, from the eye gate. They're moving people into a metaverse that's in this verse already, this world already. This world is a matrix, is a simulation. A lot of people don't know this. So they believe that the suffering they're going through It's for whatever book they believe in. And I'm telling you, it's not. You don't even have to suffer in this world. And if you do suffer, it's only because you allowed yourself to play their game, and you allowed yourself to work and walk out what they have dictated on the pages of men. If anything has been typed or penned by a person, believe me, it's not in the best interest of you, and it's also fallible, okay? Now, that may offend some, but please understand, I am a game player that's awakened. I cannot be put back to sleep. Why? Because I have power in my tongue. I know what I'm saying. I am not, as long as you put yourself underneath someone's tutelage, you don't know who you are. See? And you still are asleep in the game. When I was a young adult in my 40s, I always knew, I learned it when I was like, maybe, I can recall it when I was maybe 15 or 16. But in my young life, let's move on. So let's look at the card. Y'all know how I am, my subscribers. I like to give prerequisites to things so that maybe people can understand better. But if you just don't have it, you just don't have it. Okay, upright meaning guide over here. Now, this tarot card key thing, okay, this is what these people say this card means. Now, it looks like Trayvon Martin, the way he died, but anyway. Feeling trapped, that lets you know it's masonry, it's brotherhood, okay? It's the people that want to stay on the earth and be the meek of the earth, because they feel like no matter what they do, it's for the betterment of men. If they cause chaos, it's for the betterment of men, because it brings order. If there seems like there's order, there needs to be some chaos that manifests, because that's the only way we're going to have some type of world that means something. That's how these people are. Okay, so it says general meaning and interpretation. Now, that's the upright. Okay, in general context, the Hangman tarot card indicates that you are in a situation that you are not happy with. You may be feeling like you are stuck in a rut. Now, why does this make sense? Why would this make sense? Not that it's your predestination, not that it's something that you have to claim, but why are they saying that, hey, we know this where y'all at? Because a lot of people that are behind the scene, that are working for the oligarch, that are working for the billionaires and trillionaires and working for the serpentine seed, they know what the outline of the story is supposed to be. And now, a lot of times they put it in different major books. If you ever look at the Illuminati or the illuminated Anunnaki pyramid, you'll see that government's on the pyramid, education's on the pyramid. Do we agree that something's not right with the government? That these people getting these cliques and clans, and they don't do anything for society, and what society tells them to do, what their constituents tell them to do. They look at the constituents like, what? We shall see. I won't do anything for those I won't do anything for those black people. I'll do it for all the melanated people that's coming over here illegal. Kamala. Okay. So these people who claim to be for the people aren't for the people. They'll get your city burnt down. Waltz. They get your city burnt down, or they won't help you until they start feeling like you feel, until the system start neglecting them like they neglect the melanated man. Who I'm talking about? Trump. Trump has always been cool with the melanated people. Let's not get it twisted. Jesse Jackson, Mike Tyson. He's been tight with so many melanated people. It's just shameful that they even do. Oprah Winfrey, just so many people, because he's part of the system. Now, when you don't do what the system wants you to do, that's why they treat Trump the way they treat him. They treat him because they feel like he's a traitor. They feel like he's getting lukewarm, but he's not being lukewarm from their system. What he's doing is making sure he stays on the land of the living, and his children stay on the land of the living. Okay. His first wife already got removed down the Jacob's ladder stairs. You see how she left the planet down the Jacob ladder stairs. That was the purpose of her going down the stairs, going down, okay, going down into the pit. Okay, so then we got Vance. Vance name means a swamp, just in case y'all didn't know that. Just in case you got your hopes in Vance, put not your hope and trust in man. You say, well, what else can we do then? You got to speak That those things that be not as though they are. You got to use your big old mouth. You got to use that big old faith you say you have. You got to start walking and talking and seeing things as though you want to have them, and not with these people projecting on this screen. And that's what I was trying to say. Lucifer people have technology. Lucifer people have money. Lucifer people have parades and shows and television and satellites and Skynet and all this and the other. I said Skynet. And you got to speak with your mouth and see with your eyes a better world. If you waiting on somebody to bring you a better world, baby, it'll never happen, sir. Please understand this, y'all. You got to go within to bring without while you in this game. And once you finish with this game, and you know it's a game, and you know you're sitting outside of your mind, everything you see in this world in front of you is from your mind. Now, when we close our eyes and we don't see out of our eyes the world, the actual physical world, once you lay down at night and you close your eyes and you don't see the physical world, when you close your eyes and go to sleep and you see another world inside your eyes, that's because that's the other world inside your eyes. The eyes are the eye gate. So you open your eyes and you can see a world, and you say, oh, this is the real world. And you close your eyes and you can go to sleep and you can see another world, and you say, oh, that's the dream world. Well, guess what? That world, when you close your eyes, is the dream world. And this world that you open up your eyes into is the dream world, because you've seen them both through the same eye gate. One with open lids and one with closed lids, but it's all a dream. And until you realize it's a dream, you'll never get out of the dream. And this is how these beings keep us trapped. Are they powerful, more powerful than us? No, they are not. We are all made of the same essence. But some beings want to be served as Elohims and gods. And they have names, and they change your names, and they're this, that, and the other. And I would spend time explaining to you that though the Elohim or God you serve may seem like a good one, he's only or she's only good because you declare and decree that person's good. So you may blind yourself to the truth in the game. And as long as you are childlike in your understanding, in your conscience, you will never get out the game. You have to mature. You have to mature. You have to get wisdom, knowledge, and good understanding from within. Doesn't it say in one of the books, so as a man thinketh, so is he? So the way you thinking is the reason why your situation the way it is. I would dare hundreds of thousands, even millions of people to agree with me that nothing formed in this game to bring disharmony and destruction to America will happen. That nothing that they're trying to do, Marxism, socialism, communism, low frequency, mind control, digital this, digital that, it could be for the people that want it. And the people that don't want it don't have to get in their system, and there'll be another system that's prospering just as their system prospers. Maybe their system may have a whole bunch of glimmery things in their city. But by no means do they need to come over here and mess with those folks who don't want to. That's the issue. That's the reason why the system must change. Because enough of us need to wake up so that they won't be parading themselves like you see right here, the Hangman. Looks like the Scarecrow that Michael Jackson played. Now we know 33 means something. Let me show y'all what 33 means right quick. Me pull a tag. Let me pull a tag over here right quick. I want to show y'all something right quick. You know, I really should I look at that one right there? So let's see. So 33 in gematria is associated with the Messiah. It's associated with Jesus. You say it's a supposedly sacred number. You know, of course, it's traditionally the number of the age where he was crucified and resurrected. However, y'all, supposed to represent the Star of David as well. But remember, the Star of David is as above, so beneath. The Star of David actually represents what is it? What's the not a goddess, but a Remaphin. It's a cultic. There's another being that it represents, a more ancient name that the Ozzy Nazi, let's call them the Japhites. They say they're Shemites, but they're in the house of the Shemites. So they're not Shemites, they're Japhites who are in the house of Shem in the last part of the game. Okay? So the synagogue of Satan will always placate any and everybody that believes their story. That's the whole point of saying anti this, anti that, blah 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 blah. It's because they're deceiving you. Okay? 33 means to fall, to sink down, to droop. So this is what this character's doing. He's doing a 33. Anguish, to be sorrowful, to mourn. Okay? I mean, it's talking about carrying misfortune. Oh, the misfortune. So when you look up on this, especially live, it was just pretty much trying to get you, the elite Freemasonry people are trying to get you, the occultists, those who say they're illuminated, trying to get you into that state of mind subconsciously, okay? And also 33 is a number of the human spine's vertebrae, okay? That's why his arms are the way they are. I mean, so 33 is a number of the gods, okay? I mean, pick one, okay? And people say it's only one. No, 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 no. When one tells you don't serve another one, think about it. When one tells you not to serve when one tells you not to serve another, that's because it's that's because it's his siblings. Let's see. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Let's look at something. Let's look at something. I want to see something right quick. My peeps know how I am. So 33, false flag, has to do with the police, order, secrecy, masonry. So who are they saying in trouble? See what I'm saying? Who are they saying in trouble? Let's move on over here. It says this may invoke walking away from the situation or simply changing your perspective on it. The hangman may also signify that you may be facing a dilemma and are unsure what path to take. You may feel that things are not turning out the way you planned, with this major arcana card appearing in your tarot spread. So these people are saying that when you see the occultist and this card lays out, they'll believe inside the game that things aren't turning out the way they planned. Now, for people like me, hip hip hooray, because that is my intention, that they will not get that which they think they're gonna get. Because you know, every book I read out of, and if I know something is like spot on, like it's written in the New Testament where it says, no weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. Well, I say it like this: no weapon formed to hurt me will ever do that which is set out to do, baby. It'll never bring into fruition what they wanted to do. Now, it might show up, but it ain't gonna do what it says it's gonna do. See, it might show up in some form, but it's not gonna accomplish what they think it's going to accomplish. Matter of fact, if I'm focused enough, I can see it and then turn it back and say, you received what you sent out, sender. This stuff can fall on them and not on the people who are standing for the game. If we're going to be in this dream, if we're going to be in this game called life, because it's a game that we're playing in, just like the Hunger Game. Go look at the video. There's a table, and this table is a holographic table, and there are people in these light-colored clothes that are stationed. One person's over a cube, and the cube is very important because it locks people into the matrix. It locks you into the simulation, and the only way people get out. Now, you can go to heaven inside the simulation, and you can go into hell inside the simulation, because that's where hell and heaven resides. Heaven resides in the top part of the dome by the firmament where Enlil resides, where Yahweh resides, where Yahuwah resides. You know, while he doing all this troubles and stuff. And then you got his brother Inky, and you got his sister Tamid. It's so many of them, y'all. You got Marduk. You got so many with these old names, and now they got new names. Okay, they have new names. You know, that's why I look at Elion's name, Elion Musk's name. I say Elion, like an alien, Elion, and alien just means someone's from far away. But El also, like Superman's father, means trying to identify, letting you know that they have angel, godlike energy. Okay, but I can't explain to y'all. If y'all don't understand in the Wizard of Oz that Toto was God that unveiled the curtain from the Oz, the money, the gold, the technology that would go before people in grandeur and in smoke, the visual I seen, the Toto was God, because when you do a duality on the word God, when you do a as above so beneath thing on God, the pyramid up, the pyramid down on God, the yin yang on God, then you see his dog. And now you take dog and you switch it to dogma. Now many people who are thinkers know dogma is just a way people believe and think. It's something that's written out. So now whoever writes or pens the dogma is actually the person who's the dog, who's actually, flip it, the God. So they know they're being gods over you, because they'll never want you to think, forget being a God. I'm not impressed by that word, okay? But you're an eternal being. And you're not an eternal being that's supposed to look up to anybody or down to anybody. You're an eternal being that's supposed to know who you be through the game. Now, they don't want you to know who you be through the game, because that's why they want to give you the shot in the mind or in the hand or in the arm. Where, you know, they'll tell you, oh, it's going to be in the hand. Well, who wrote that? Oh, they did. Oh, the very elect wrote that. Yeah, the very elect. But I thought the very elect supposed to be the ones that save. Save from what? To go into the top part of the dome? To go into the top part of the dome? Where heaven is. It is there. I saw a doorway. I went in there myself. And I saw some holographic beings. One that actually looked like the Predator almost, but he had on pants. And then I saw some family members. And I went up in there and said, this is not what y'all, they had on white clothes. But that's when I realized something isn't right inside this game. What are we in? I start asking questions. What are we in? And guess what? Ask self. Self, what we in? Show me what we in. If you're ready for it, self will tell you. Now, of course, you're still in the program, because when you're sent in the game, you're in the program. Who sent? Well, evidently we was gullible enough to come, huh? We were gullible enough to come. I'm not going to blame nobody. I'm sure I was gullible enough to come. Gullible enough to come. Just want to have an individuality. Great. So you get in. They say you're going to experience some stuff. You're going to, and then next thing you know, you got to send you back because you didn't learn. Oh, go back into the game. Your family's crying for you. Oh, blase this, blase that, and blase that. Let's continue. So it says here, you need to step outside of yourself and look at your situation from a different angle. Give yourself time to relax, stop trying to control things, just let it be, and correct the course of action will become clear. The correct course of action will become clear to you in time. So I would say, don't step outside yourself. Lean into yourself. Lean into yourself and say, self, eternal self. Oh, girl, what's really going on? Why am I receiving curses instead of blessings? Oh, well, first of all, it's because you believe that this is life. And so you want abundance in life, right? But you only believing. First, you got to recognize this is a game. And this game consists of a holographic dream, because our brains are electricity, pretty much, energy. Your whole vessel's an energy, but the main part of us is the mind. You're not a computer, but you might as well say you're almost like it, because that's where computer technology comes from, the mind, us. And then you have to accept that no one's coming to take you out of the game. Someone may be coming to dupe you snatch you out of the game, kill you, and then take you with them, or remove your understanding from your mind. Let's say we know our bodies are just vessels with our spirits in them. Well, of course, there could be the ones that sit cloaked in the clouds. That they can actually call forth people, but what they have to call forth your mind out of your body, and that body just standing there like a computer out of order because you're no longer in there. And then if you're no longer in there and you're away, boom, the disembodied spirits that are still in the game will get those bodies. hmm However, let's say Enlil, let's say Yahuwah, Yahweh. What if Yahweh actually does um, um, rescue some Hebrews or some people? Or let's say I don't know. I don't really know if Inky's going to do what he says he's going to do, because Inky is actually um, Jesus. Um, Yahushua. Okay, and there's another way to pronounce that name. The same character. I don't know, because uh, the God of this world, um, it's right now starting war, and those two brothers, they're okay with war. And knew the Most High is okay with war. They're okay with killing. They're okay with people being desolated. You know. So yeah. Anyway, if I said anything that you don't understand or you didn't like, well, you'll be easily offended. Whatever I say, if you don't like it, I just know I'm speaking from an arena that most people probably don't even look. If it's penned by man, it's fallible. Once a person can accept that, then you're well on your way to coming up out of the firmament. As long as you're inside the firmament. Because remember, the firmament, underneath the firmament is where everything resides. It's where heaven is. It's where Hades is. It's where hell is. It's where all your torment will ever be. They want people to have a defeatism mentality. I'm saying in order not to have a defeatism mentality, you have to cast off the shadow. You have to cast off the immaturity. You have to cast away from you the concept that you need things outside of you. Everything you'll ever need in this game resides in you. Anytime you look outside of you, I'm not saying worship you. What's the point of that? I'm saying your heart is not deceitfully wicked above all things. Because if it was, how could your heart ever be able to trust anybody's words to deliver you? Think about that. Let's scratch the bell, and thanks for watching.